Rachel. Rachel says, all right then.
All right.
And so now that we all know who's here, let's start out with a nice big bowl, because we're going to need to mix in a lot of that drama. All right. Better.
And that's a bowl the Bobby Flame way.
You know it? Okay, so first we're going to start with 5 heaping cups of Gothic culture. Now this is the rich flavor of all the Gothic novels, Victorian novels of the era that we see. Just add, a nice heaping amount. We want a lot of that flavor in there. Okay, so second off, we're going to want to add maybe about 5 cups of classism. Now remember, you've got to separate lower from middle class, and upper as well. And we'll put that in there. Looks good. Alright, and then what's next, Bobby?
Next, we're going to put in...
Alright, we're going to want 3 tablespoons of bleak and dreary setting. Now, I recommend something like the Moors, a place very rainy and dull, but with lots of space, lots of room for supernatural evil going-ons. And you can just kind of eye that up there. It really depends on your preference.
Looks about right.
And then next, we're going to need to add a little sickness to this recipe, because no Victorian novel would be a Victorian novel without some disease. Something like TB.
Sounds about right.
Maybe a little influenza.
Just a little bit of that.
Again, about 3 teaspoons. Okay, now at this point, we're going to want to start mixing and mingling those flavors together. This will be a good base for all that drama we're going to add. Okay. And then next up, we're going to want to put in, how about a pinch of wild youth lacking parental guidance? How's that sound?
Sounds about right. Now, you don't want to put too much in there. That's why we only sprinkle a pinch in there. All right.
Those hooligans get in enough trouble on their own. Now, we're going to want to start heating up some of that drama. So what I would recommend is getting out a nice saucepan, a good size. We've got quite a bit to fit in there.
Probably is one of the most important parts of this dish.
Now make sure you measure out about 5 cups at least of this stuff. Now get that over on it and turn up the heat. Pretty
Let's
high.
not forget to put our fan on. Alright. Now we're really cooking with fire. The Bobby Flame way.
Okay, so while that's heating up, we're going to add just a bit more to our base before we get all that hot stuff in there.
We gotta put in at least 1 big heaping cup of death.
Oh, we almost forgot.
You don't want to forget the death.
Good thing. Alright, so.
Michelle's just gonna get some death in there. That's really good.
Tastes kind of sweet.
Yep, and don't be shy with that death. We need a lot in there. There you go.
Looks good.
Pretty good. Always remember to clean as you go.
Yeah, that'll do, that'll do. Okay, so now that we've got that in there, we're going to want to start with a fresh new mixing spoon.
Definitely.
Alright, looking good, looking good. Now you'll see it's starting to get a little chunky, kind of collecting into a bit of a gloppy mess. But that'll get a lot better. We'll smooth that out with some piping hot drama.
Speaking of which, let's check on that drama. Not quite there yet. Got a ways to go.
Alright.
There.
And then next up, we're going to need to add just a bit of lust, because let's be honest, it's there even if they don't want to talk about it. Alright, now pick a nice bright shade.
Very nice.
You'll notice that'll start to change the color just a bit.
Good. Mix that deep in there before we go anywhere else.
Alright, now what comes after lust? I'm thinking a bit of Dracula here. We're going to need some blood. Okay, nice brownish, gloppy. It'll work. And now after all of that, we're definitely going to have to add about 5 tablespoons of blood lust. Alright, and then after that, we're going to need one of the secret elements. A teaspoon
enough evil to balance out that good. Right, Rochelle?
If not demolish it.
Exactly. Good. Destroy that good in there. Get it nice and just gonna have us mix that up. Well, now we've got our supernatural happenings. We gotta get enough in there.
Ghosts, schools,
Yep.
strange
Things
transient
like that.
states while asleep.
That'll take about 5 tablespoons.
Alright, let's put that in there.
Exactly how much we'll need for this one.
Put in a good amount. Now make sure you really pack it.
Put that right in there. Boom, just like that.
That's good.
Now we're cooking the Bobby Flame way.
There we go. There we go.
Now with all this supernatural happenings, we're gonna need to balance it out with some 3 tablespoons of superstition. That'll really kind of.
You know those Victorians, always afraid of something.
Exactly. And with all that supernatural happenings, they have a good reason to be. Isn't that right, Rochelle? Oh yes.
Measure that out nice and even. We don't want too much or things could really run amok.
Yeah, we don't want that to happen. While Rochelle's putting that away, I'll check on our drama. We're getting there. It's close, but still not quite there yet. Drama needs good time span to unfold and really climax.
We'll get there.
We'll all get there someday, Rochelle.
Alright, and now after that, I'm feeling a little Sherlock. I think we need just a bit of mystery in here, don't we?
We do need some mystery up in here.
Everyone loves a good mystery to follow. Okay. Looking good, looking good. We're almost ready to add all that piping hot drama.
Yep, it's getting there. We better
That's gonna meld this all together.
Right before that, though, we should just put in a pinch of drugs, such as opium or maybe cocaine.
Yes, popular of the era.
We won't have the correct kind of novel without that. Just a pinch.
Now make sure you really measure this one out.
An exact pinch. Perfect. Now we can throw in that piping hot drama. And looks like it's ready. Alright.
Looking pretty stinky.
Ooh, yep, exactly how we like it.
Bubbling hot.
Ooh, very hot.
Toss it in there.
Toss it right in there. Here we go. Now watch out.
Stand back. Woo, woo.
And that's cooking the Bobby Flame way. Alright.
We'll thicken that up just a bit.
That is good.
With a little social repression.
Yep, we need at least 5 cups of social repression.
Maybe a little more.
Maybe a little more.
Now that's your whole kind of basic spiel. Who you want doesn't really matter in the Victorian era, does it?
No, it does not. Viewers at home, I wish you could
See all
smell
that
what
stuff.
I'm smelling. Because it smells pretty smelly.
We better get that pan out. We gotta start prepping
Yes,
this thing
we
to bake
better.
up, don't we?
All right,
Because all of this drama, all this social repression, all the supernatural happenings, evil, good, the entire battle going on within the mix,
Alright.
it's gonna need to be cooked at a pretty high temperature. So make sure you preheat that to 500 degrees.
And that's what I'm doing right now.
It's gonna bake for a super long time too.
Alright.
These things are a delicate process.
Now, before you lay that down in your pan, you're going to make sure to lay the whole thing over some nice, good character foil. Line that pan up nice and well.
Yeah.
Good.
See, the character foil is really going to help provide some of the symbols and themes and various motifs. It's going to let you know who's who and why they're there.
Alright, whatever you're ready, Michelle.
Alright. Now you're going to want to smooth it out nice and easy on them.
Yep, I'll hold that down for you, Michelle.
Whew, it's a fighter.
This is a 2-person job. Just like we wouldn't want the plot too thick in any places, or any plot holes too sparse in any places.
Exactly. So
Smooth it out, that's right. That's smoothing the plot out the Bobby Flame way. Oh, looks like we got a little bit there. You want to taste that? Mmm, delish.
oh,
Yum. Mmm, that tastes exquisite. Oh, boy.
oh, no.
Now
You
that's
know,
tasting the Bobby Flame way.
it takes a bit to swallow, but once you really get it,
Yep.
yep. Straight down the chute.
Yep.
So,
Delicious.
we're just chopping up a little garnish. Oh, you know, that's okay. We'll leave that there.
Yep. little grime
Oh, you
on
know
there.
what? That's what he's for.
That's okay. Yeah. Now let's spray the Bobby Flame way. All right, let's put that puppy in the oven.
Open her up, Bobby. Let's go.
Whammo! It is in there. That's all right. That's all right. Little mishaps happen on our show.
All right, so then you're gonna let that cook for about a good hour and 20 minutes. And while that's sitting, let's get some of our guests up in here so we can see what they think about our perfect recipe.
We'll be right back with those guys.
All right, welcome back to Cooking with Class. Ding! Oh, looks like we're all set.
All right, let's pull that out and see our finished product.
Fresh cooked Victorian novel. And here, just as promised, we're gonna have Dracula to let us know what he thinks.
Sure. All right, let's ask Dracula some questions.
Yeah, so, Dracula, what's life like in the Victorian era on a daily basis?
Well, I don't get out of the castle much, but my brother Dracula would say that the people are very, as you would say, uptight.
Very cool. All right. Well, my question for you is, if you were to make your own recipe of a Victorian novel such as this, what differences would you have in your family recipe?
I would include blood. Lots and lots of blood. I would include lust. And I would include bloodlust.
We're gonna end just about there. It was lovely having you guys, and please do come back for another great recipe.